Welcome to Only on Vinyl. This is the show where we talk about stuff that was released only on vinyl or in a very limited capacity in a digital format. Today we're talking about Motley Crue's debut album, Too Fast for Love. Now most hardcore fans are aware that there are two versions of the album. The album Too Fast for Love was first released on the band's own label, Leathur Records, and then later remixed and released on Elektra Records after the band signed the contract with Elektra. The original Leathur album has a song that was taken off of the Elektra. Now, the mixes also are very drastically different, and unfortunately, the only CD edition in wide availability was when the band put out their box set, I believe in the early 2000s, Music to Crash Your Car To, and that featured a copy of the Leathur mixes from the original album, but it was taken from vinyl, and then the trend is to make music as loud as you can on CD, and so they basically crush the dynamics of the songs, and they just don't sound good, and they don't sound as the same as listening to the vinyl. The other thing that suffered is the stereo field, the width of how wide it sounds, when listening to it. When you compare the vinyl to that CD, it sounds horrible. And I mean, it's a benefit to have it on CD because they included bonus tracks and songs that did not appear on the album that were recorded during those sessions. But just the album itself just doesn't sound good on CD. So you can spend a lot of money and buy the box set, but it doesn't sound very good. The vinyl actually sounds way better. Most fans would agree. Now, there was a version released in Japan, a box set commemorating the anniversary of the album. I believe it was the 30th anniversary. And it was supposedly the Leathur mixes. Now, whether or not they pulled that from tape or off of vinyl again is unclear, but it was supposedly remastered by someone else. And it also contained this, the Stick to Your Guns single. And the non-album track, that's the B-side, Toast of the Town, is on the box set, and it was also on the anniversary edition in Japan. But that edition in Japan has been long out of print, and to try and find a copy is pretty insane. I looked last night online. A couple guys on Discogs are selling it for almost $400, and the box set is not sealed. It's not brand new. It's open. The box set itself came in the CD came in a box that was the size of an album, and inside came the CD and a T-shirt. And so these guys are asking quite a bit of money for something that is rare. So I don't know if that sounds good or not, but it's just not readily available. So the song here, the single, Stick to Your Guns, that yes, the song does appear on this album, but they're two different mixes or different recordings. It's my opinion that when they made this single, there was a mistake in the mastering process, because even though there's noticeable differences in the mix and the song itself, Vince's vocals are completely different. You hear more cowbell instances on this version of the single than you do on the album. And the main difference, though, is the speed is what the song plays. When you play this at exactly 45 RPM, it doesn't sound right. It sounds too slow. And when you listen, especially when you compare it to the version that appears on the album. And so, to me, I think that was a mastering mistake. I think that was, either intentionally slowed down or it was just done at an improper speed. And if you have a turntable that has a pitch control dial on it, you could speed it up to match the pitch audibly with the version on the album. And to me, that sounds proper. So anyway, we'll roll this single so you can hear the difference between this version and the version that appeared on the album. Compare the two. Okay, now we're gonna take a little bit of a listen to the flip side, which is Toast of the Town. Let's go ahead and take a listen to a few of the tracks and compare them, A-B them side by side with the Leathur mixes to the Elektra mixes.
want you to be my tonight. You need me, you tease me, use you up and throw you away. You fire, taking me higher. Don't blow me, don't let me down. You need me now, I'm a teacher. Come on, let's go all the way. Get a piece of direction. Get a piece of. When you're young and crazy, life goes on. Young and crazy goes on and on. You're too fast for love. You're too fast for love. You're too fast. You're too fast. You're too fast for love. Frankie died just the other night. Some say it was suicide, but we know how the story goes. With a six-string knife and a streetwise pride, the boy was a man before his time, and she knew all their dreams would come true. See, Frankie died just the other night. Some say it was suicide, but we know how the story goes. With a six-string knife and a streetwise pine, the boy was a man before his time, and she knew all their dreams would come true. She sees.
So as you could hear, there are enough differences here to warrant this becoming something that people are collecting. It's a great sounding album for something that they did and produced, without a major label. And I've even heard a lot of fans and even members of the band state in interviews that they prefer the Leathur mixes over the Elektra mixes. The title track itself, on this version, lacks a full verse and intro that appeared on this, and that's the way the band wrote the song. And I think it was kind of a shame that Elektra decided to chop that part of the song off and change the album drastically. If you want to find a copy, they are out there. They're hard to get, but when you do find them, make sure it comes with the insert. The Elektra version has a different photo, but this is the photo that comes with the insert. On the back side is the lyrics. And the first, second, and third pressing has some differences, like, the picture of Nikki Sixx here is a little different compared to the other versions. This is not an authentic lyric sheet for this. This copy did not come with a lyric sheet, so I just found an image of the lyric sheet online and printed it, so I had that in my copy. But they are out there, and there are even sealed copies out there. Apparently, in recent years, the band had some stashed away, and they did go up for auction, and I did get a copy. This is a sealed second pressing, and I've debated over the years whether or not to actually open this. This version, which is a third pressing, plays okay after I cleaned it, thoroughly, but it does suffer from some physical pressing anomalies. It looks like there were some low spots on the vinyl, and that can be heard as an anomaly when you play the record. This version, other than that, plays great, and I really have not decided whether I'm going to open this version or not. Regardless, it's a great album in and of itself, and I highly recommend being able to listen to the original album as the band intended. Thanks for watching Only on Vinyl. If you have some suggestions of some other episodes, let us know, and we'll try and make that happen.